Hello there everyone, welcome back again. I'm Petra. Today I wanted to speak very briefly on how to get closure from a narcissist. And the short answer to that is that you don't. You never get closure from the narcissist. I remember when I was going through the breakup with the romantic relationship, with the friendships that I had, where you just get this feeling, the same feeling that I had, that you just needed that closure. You needed to be able to close the chapter. And the hope is that you can do this by sitting down and having a conversation with the narcissist. But I remember very vividly that whenever I brought this up to say, look, we need to somehow get closure. We need to close this off in the correct fashion, in a very civil fashion. I was told you can get closure on your own, which is really the truth, and I was also told, what is there to close? It's fine the way it is. You are the one who chose to walk away from the relationship or friendship. So this very vague response that you will get from the narcissist when you bring up the subject of closure or of having that conversation as two people who shared part of their lives together. But this is, getting closure is possible when you are in a healthy relationship where both adults have some form of sanity. I mean, I think we're all a bit messed up in the head. But, just reasonable adults who know how to take responsibility, who know how to take things through or talk things through, and who, at the end of the day, if the relationship has come to an end, that you can sit around as civilized adults and just get that closure. But with a narcissist, there is just there is no opportunity of that happening or for that happening, and there's just no possibility of that happening. And this is because, there are two, I think, very important reasons why you and I will never get closure with or from a narcissist. And that is that, number one, they have absolutely no empathy. Because if they had empathy, then they would be able, emotional intelligence, they would be able to feel the pain that you're going through, realizing that the best way for both of you to heal would be to close this off or get closure in a healthy fashion. But there is no empathy coming from the narcissist. So, they have no concept of reality, really. They have a very warped grip on reality. And because they have this warped grip, they do not see abuse as abuse. They do not see pain as something that should be validated on your part. So they see your pain, they see your despair, they see your tears, and they say, well, that is your fault. It's your fault that you're hurting. I haven't done a thing. I don't know why you're going through this amount of pain and why you were feeling so terrible about the breakup of the relationship. So there is absolutely no empathy there. And when they abuse, they translate this in their head as love and abuse and control in the narcissist's mind is love. That's how they translate it, even though they know it is wrong. That is not authentic love. But this is what they will keep giving you. And the narcissist also takes no responsibility for their part in the termination of the relationship. They will never take that responsibility. And that is what is needed when you are closing off, when you're getting closure for a relationship. Both parties need to take responsibility for their part in what went wrong, in why there is a breakdown. And this is something that you will never, ever receive from the narcissist. So, it means, when you give closure, it means that you accept your responsibility. That is what I was meaning to say. And this is something that the narcissist, of course, never will do in the relationship. They never accepted responsibility for their bad behavior. And so you cannot expect it from them when coming out of the relationship. This is just not going to happen. So the best thing you can do for yourself is, when you feel the need, and especially in the beginning stages when you have just left the narcissistic relationship or when you have been discarded, is that you will feel the urge, the craving to get back in touch with them. And this is also what happens when you are detoxing, because you have to detox from a narcissistic relationship. So when you go into that detox, you are going to get the craving to get back in touch with them, to just write that one email, to send them a card, to do whatever you feel you should do in order to soothe that inner pain that you're going through. But of course, you know logically that this is not the way to go. Do not get back in touch. I don't care how bad that craving is. Once you get back in touch or you allow them back in, the abuse starts all over again. And this is you paralyzing your healing. So do not get back in touch. Again, to just repeat myself, of course, when there are children involved, you have to interact with them at some level. And that is okay if you just keep contact, if you keep a conversation on topic. Don't stray from topic. That is one thing. But if there is no other way that you have to be in contact with them, then stay out of contact. Do not give in to that craving. Just remember that you are going through an emotional detox. So even though that craving is very, very painful, there is nothing you can do to stop that craving than to sit in that craving and look for ways to divert your attention instead of giving the focus back to the narcissist. So whatever you need to do, to divert your attention, one of the things that really worked for me when I felt the anger coming up again, and then 10 minutes later I would feel the cravings of getting back in touch, I would sit and write down all that I was feeling. I wrote letter after letter to the narcissist. I wrote it down because I was afraid that if I would type it on the email, that it would be very easy for me to just send that email. So I sat down the old-fashioned way and I wrote down the anger I was feeling, the name calling. I used a lot of fruity names in that letter, and I just got that anger out, got it up and moving through the body. Do not suppress that anger. Get it out on paper so that whenever you feel that you need to get back in touch again, read through those letters that you have written to your narcissistic ex, to your narcissistic friend, to your parent, whoever the narcissist in your life is. Read through those letters that you have written to them, because it will keep you grounded and it will also keep you from getting back in touch. So again, do not look for closure from the narcissist, because they simply cannot and will not give that closure. Closure is something that you have to do for yourself. So that is one way of doing it, is writing out your anger, your hurts, your sorrows, whatever you feel needs to come up and out. That's the thing, we tend to suppress the energy that we're feeling and the emotions that we are feeling, but do not suppress that. Just get it out in a way that is healthy for you. So that is one way to do it. A way that helped me was to go out running, as I've said many times in videos. I went out jogging, or I would go and take a walk in nature. Whatever you feel suits your personality, that is what you need to do in order to get that closure for yourself. But whatever you do, do not be seduced into thinking that you can reconnect and re-engage the narcissist in order to get that closure. Something that will not happen. Thank you again for watching, and if you'd like to get in touch, I will leave my details below the video. Please share your story and your comments, and thank you all again for supporting the channel and being part of this very warm community. Have a great week. If I don't speak to you before Monday, all have a wonderful Easter. We have an Easter break right now, so I'm sure that's the same in the rest of the world. Have a great Easter, and speak to you all next time. Bye-bye.